What's that sound? It's For Amusement Only, the EM and Bingo Pinball Podcast.
Welcome back to For Amusement Only. This is Nick Baldridge. Tonight I wanted to talk about Bally's 1959 Ballerina Magic Screen Bingo. Now first let's get some of the Magic Screen terminology out of the way. The Magic Screen is a metal cover that covers the bingo card. By default, it has red, yellow, and green lines which are drawn between the numbers to indicate which set of odds you'll score in if you get 3, 4, or 5 in a row. For example, if you get 3 diagonally across the middle of the card, that would be in the green, and you would use the green odds. 3 in a row would give you the lowest set of replays shown in the green section. 4 in a row would give you the middle set, and 5 in a row would give you the top. And it only gives you the lit set of odds for that color. Now, in a typical Magic Screen bingo, you have what's called the extended time tree. By default, the game will time out the feature before you shoot your 4th ball. So right as that 4th ball leaves the gate at the top of the playfield, you'll no longer be able to press the buttons to move the screen left and right. Now an extended time tree allows you to bump that time up to before you shoot the 5th ball, so right as that leaves the gate, or after you shoot the 5th ball, which means after you've shot all your balls, but before you play any extra balls, you can still move the screen. Now what the screen provides is the ability to place balls in different colored sections which are not adjacent and still score as if they were adjacent. So, for example, if you have the large green H-shaped section covering several of the numbers, they don't all have to be touching, they only all have to be within that green section to score as if you got 3 in a row green, or 4 in a row green, or 5. Pretty powerful. Now, on this game, there are a few unique things going on, but let's continue talking about the things which are not unique to this particular game and are pretty much the same for all Magic Screen games. This game has the super sections. That's the yellow section with black stripes and the red section with white stripes. On those, if that feature is lit, if you put 2 in that section, it will score as if you have 3. If you put 3 in that section, it will score as if you have 4. And if you put 4 in that section, it will score as if you put all 5 balls into that section. Now that's really powerful and a great thing to shoot for. The yellow section is shaped like a reverse L that's upside down, and the red supersection is shaped like the letter U. Both are fairly easy to hit, and therefore are things that I like to shoot for when I have them lit. Now, this game came before the blue section provided you with 300 or 600 replays, and instead the blue section, which is comprised of only 3 numbers, either scores as 5 in the green with all 3 lit in that blue section, or if you get only 2 in that blue section, it can also score as 5 in the green. Now, which it scores as depends on which is lit. On this game, let's get into the unique features. We have a Magic Screen which goes to position H. This is the last game that had a screen that went that far. Most of the other games stopped one position before at G. Now, the other unique thing is that this Magic Screen feature, you could earn it either by putting in coins or by lighting the star rollovers on the left and right side of the playfield. Now for every 2 rolls over those star rollovers, you'll advance 1 more position on the Magic Screen.
Now, when you unlock this next letter, it doesn't mean that it automatically shifts the screen one more position. It just gives you the control of moving it one more position should you choose to. I think this is pretty cool. The only problem is, because there's a teaser in between each letter, each individual roll gives you nothing. And then you have to do it again to get the letter. That's pretty hard to do. It's pretty hard to do. There are certainly some games that I'll play where I'll hit the rollovers every single time. And of course, after the first time, on every other game, it does absolutely nothing. But on this game, it continues to award you a feature. That's pretty cool. Pretty powerful. You have to be pretty skilled in order to do that enough to actually make a difference, but that's still a neat idea. I'm kind of sad that they didn't do that again, because I think it would be pretty fun if it was tweaked to actually give you something on each roll, but I guess that would make it too easy if you were able to light A, B, C, D, which it gives you by default if it gives you that screen feature. And then it only took 4 more rollovers in order to get all the way up to H. But aside from that, Ballerina is the only game that has the 1 through 7 and 7 through 1 feature. Now this feature allows you to change the number that's displayed on the backlash bingo card for any number that's in the holes 1 through 7, that top row of holes on the bingo playfield. Now, the playfield illustrates it very well. You have 1 or 7, 2 or 6, 3 or 5, 4 by itself, 5 or 3, 6 or 2, and 7 or 1. So the default is the first number that I named, and the reverse is the second number. So this lets you put a ball in number 1 and choose between either having the default value of 1 or changing it to 7. That's pretty cool too. I'd really like to play a game like this. It kind of reminds me of Gaiety and Gay Time, where you're able to physically reposition the balls in that first row of holes. But in this case, it's a little, or a lot, less flexible in that you only have 2 choices. So it's either all backwards or all forwards. Now, let's talk about artwork. This is another really beautiful game. The artwork on the back glass is of what appears to be some kind of island or shoreline picture. It's not the beach exactly because it's blocked by some vegetation, but there are 8 ballerinas dancing or posing for some reason on this back glass in either yellow, red, orange, or blue tutus. In the background, behind the vegetation, you can see what appears to be a lake or some other body of water with a couple boats on it, and on the other side is the shore again. Above the bingo card itself, there are some doves flying around, and then one of my favorite things, if you've listened for a while, the ever-present curtain on the bingo. I really like Melenton's curtains, and I think this is another great curtain back glass. I don't think it's as good a curtain as, say, Circus Queen, but I think it is certainly appealing as a curtain. In the upper right, you have the feature 1 through 7 and 7 to 1, where it'll show you which orientation you have the numbers going on the back glass. You also have your indications for your super sections and your blue section scoring, your extended time tree on the right, and then underneath of the bingo card you have the magic screen positions, along with the teaser arrow, which is always present between the letters D, E, F, G, and H. If you'll recall, you can either earn those by coining up, by putting in money, or by hitting the lit rollovers on the left and right side of the playfield. This game has triple deck scoring, which means that there is red, yellow, and green odds for which you can play independently. And this game has up to 3 extra balls. The extra ball feature makes another return. Now the playfield. The playfield has more ballerinas dancing in the forest. Many more ballerinas, actually. There are several in the foreground, several in the midground, and then several very far away. You have the whole scene framed by that half curtain, just like on the back glass, and some trees. Now in this case, the ball return down at the bottom, which typically, I haven't really talked about the ball return very much and the unique artwork that surrounds it, but there's usually something very eye-catching about that because it's the first thing that you see above the apron, which is made of wood. I've also called that apron the surrounds because there are several wooden pieces which go around the playfield, including the rails on the sides of the playfield. But the ball return on this game has these scalloped protuberances that go in between the holes 23 and 25. So it kind of scoops up and then dips down and then back up and back down. Ball return, the words are written in red, and inside the scalloped area is yellow. I think that's very attractive as well. I mean, I think Bally was just hitting it out of the park with this artwork that they commissioned. I think it is quite beautiful in this era. And I know you've heard me say it before, but it is a fantastically beautiful game. And it looks like it's very fun. Now, some of the things that they did here with the rollovers to advance the feature, I think that was a really cool experiment, and I wish they had carried it further, like I said. The 1 to 7 and 7 to 1 looks like it's really interesting and can be difficult to play, so I'm curious to try one of these one day. I've never played this game. Never seen it in real life, so to speak, but I look forward to finding one day. Well, that's all for tonight. Thank you very much for joining me. My name again is Nick Baldridge. You can reach me at foramusementonlypodcast@gmail.com, or you can call me on the Bingos line. That's 724-BINGOS1, 724-246-4671. You can listen to us on iTunes, Stitcher, Pocket Casts, via RSS, on Facebook, on Twitter at Bingo Podcast. You can follow me on Instagram at nbaldridge, or you can listen to us on our website, which is foramusementonly.libsyn.com. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll talk to you next time.